Hey fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good week. We're back, y'all. Back another reaction. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I gotta start banging out these videos, y'all. I can't wait. Next week, going back to Arizona. Haven't been there since Thanksgiving, y'all. That's the last time I've been to Arizona. I'm excited to see my little town of Goodyear, how much it's grown. I heard they got a White Castle out there. I heard they're building a Buc-ee's, big old resort. Little old Goodyear, y'all. Used to be fields when I was a little boy. Has grown so much, so I'm excited to get out there, see some family, take my girl out there to meet the family. It's gonna be a good time, y'all. But don't worry, I'm gonna have videos coming out as scheduled for you guys. When I get back, I was telling my girl, you know what? I need to get on daily uploads. So that's the goal when I get back. From here until then, we're just gonna do 4 uploads a week for the next couple weeks. When I get back from vacation, we're gonna go daily. But hey, you know my slogan. I ain't gonna sit here and talk your guys' ear off. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction.
Airplane that we flew on for this humanitarian mission was owned by Jeffrey Epstein. And to then learn, oh, he was actually on some of those flights. I didn't want to be around this guy because I felt he put the president at risk on that trip to South Africa because there were these young girls. And we were like, who is this guy?
There were young girls on those flights.
There were young girls on those flights, yeah.
Now pay attention to that, right? He was talking about young girls with presidents. Remember when this whole Epstein thing took off? Chris Tucker was one to do the interview, and he was talking about, oh no, it was just a humanitarian to Africa, Bill Clinton. Kevin Spacey came out. I know he's creepy, but Kevin Spacey came out talking about little girls being on that airplane, right? Let's see his interview.
All right, commercial and private.
This.
You let me know, Tucker.
You knew Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. You know, we flew Bill Clinton and a lot of different well, that was a humanitarian trip to Africa. And
Yeah.
I met him on that trip because it was his plane. I didn't know who plane we was getting on, but it was a whole bunch of dignitary people. We was with a delegation, and yeah, I met him, and you know, you don't know people what they do in their private lives, so yeah.
But tell me this, Chris. You was on this private plane, and you could tell that it was a private plane because they called it, was it Lolita Express?
Oh yeah, it was a private plane. Yes. Oh yes.
But wait a minute. You didn't never go to that island, did you?
No. I don't know where that thing at.
Now he went from doing Friday, right? Low budget movie, right? It turned into a cult classic, but at the time it was a low budget movie. I think what they say they got paid $2,000 on some interviews. They did some interviews talking about they got 2,000, something like that. And then he did some like B-list movies. Remember Money Talks? That was a classic. I love that movie. Went on that jet. Next thing you know, boom, booking $1 million budget, Rush Hours 1, 2, 3, and 4, Jackie Chan. I don't know, y'all. I'm just speculating over here. What did he do? What do they have on him for him to get that fame? I don't know.
When this video was discovered, people really realized, underneath the feet of our daily lives, there's another world that we don't know about. In 2007, Sydney experienced the world after the sense of tunnel was heat-proof equipped. Instantly returned their perceptions.
Now, I just don't get, right? Like what you're doing in your personal life, whatever you want to dress like that, rock a purse, whatever, you know, do what you want to do. But like, I've never heard a Lil Uzi Vert song, right? I know my niece likes them, right? But like, who would want to, you see all these concerts I put on my past videos of demonic stuff, and like, why do they put these people in the forefront? Why are these people getting billions of streams on, you know, I just feel like they're put there because the algorithm, the powers that be, put them there. Same with the people that get 10 million views on Mr. Beast, right? Same with that. There's a reason. It's because YouTube puts them out there, right? I'm learning more and more about the algorithm as it goes on. You know, I'm in the little 5,000 view category, right? But there's people that do these same videos that are corny as hell but getting 250,000 views that, you know, I don't know what it is. They do one video a week, make their money off that 250,000 view video, and they keep it pushing. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
All I see is a room full of lizards and evil. But you guys call it fashion. Wake up, bro. It's so evil. Holy shit.
Before Fast and the Furious, I worked all kinds of 9-to-5 jobs. I worked at Burger King. I worked at a place called Pizza Mania, delivered pizzas. I worked at Olive Garden, Denny's, Toys R Us,
Ooh, I love
KB Toy Store. I worked at Kmart, Walmart.
AB Toy
I had
Store.
all kinds of odd 9-to-5
Damn.
jobs, right?
Yeah.
I was going to the same bank
School.
for 8 years. Same bank for 8 years. Hear me loud and clear here. Same bank for 8 years. I got to press this. All of a sudden, I do Fast and Furious. I walk in to go deposit my check. Same bank for 8 years. And the lady at the window goes, "Do you have a financial advisor?" I said, "No." She goes, "You should go in the back and talk to a financial advisor." I said, "All right, cool." So I go back there. The manager of the bank comes over and says, "Hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. I'm the manager of the bank. I just want to introduce myself. This is the assistant manager." And they start introducing me to like 3-4 people in the bank, right? And they give me their whole spiel. And I said, "All you guys are funny." I go, "You know, I've been coming to this bank for 8 years, and not once have any of you ever come around the corner to introduce yourself. And now all of a sudden I'm depositing a fat check, and all you guys want to come out the woodworks and say what's up." I was like, "F all of y'all, fake mother." I just started cussing them out.
Right.
I said, "Deposit my check and I'm out."
How would you guys would have reacted, right? Because I'm sure he got some top-notch women that came his way from the movies too, and he didn't tell them that, right? He was like, "Come on into this hotel room," right? He might have made some connections, right? That's another level of money in those people talking with them. You might have made some connections, some long-term investing connections, right? Think about it, y'all. Relationships go a long way.
The Navy has a ship that never has to come back for gas because it just takes the water from the ocean, extracts the hydrogen atoms, and pushes it into a chamber for engine combustion, and they run on hydrogen. They don't run on gas anymore. Matter of fact, that's the wave of the new future. We have Rolls-Royce developed an airplane engine that runs on hydrogen, and all the cars, including all the EVs, are going to go in the garbage can. All cars are going to be hydrogen-based in the next 10 years. Mark my word. Astrophysicists communicate and send information out into space to connect with ET or talk to ET on the hydrogen frequency, the most abundant frequency in the universe. Now, when you look at the Great Pyramid, it's got these giant shafts on the sides that align with Orion, Aldebaran, Arcturus, and all these other star systems on specific time frames. And so what's happening is on specific alignments, they were transmitting on the hydrogen frequency. In my opinion, this is now my own hypothesis, updates to those star systems. Because why have those shafts pointed at star systems? Why have them have the capability of shooting hydrogen through those shafts? To me, it's a communications device, the same way we're using right now today in modern astrophysics.
What do you think?
Now it sounds good, right? 10 years from now, we're all going to be running on hydrogen. But a clip coming up here, there's too much money, y'all. Too much money with gas, with oil. They ain't going to let that go, right? But we got a clip coming up here that in California, they're going to start taxing the Teslas, the hybrids, because the gas is losing out on too much money. The state's losing too much money. At the end of the day, y'all, yeah, it's better. Hydrogen, probably better, right? For the environment. All these Democrats, Republicans, they don't care about the environment at all. Global warming, they don't care about none of that. This is what it all boils down to. Corporate greed, y'all. That's it. That's America. Greed.
I think the probability of another 9/11 attack.
I think exactly how it's done. It is hard to replace Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, KSM, who planned it. I'm not going to lie. He was a genius. Do they want to do something at that level? Yes. Do I think that they will do something more innovative than 9/11? Definitely. Remember, they tried it with obviously the liquids on the airplanes. I think the next attack will probably be something more innovative. I don't think it's going to be 3,000, but I don't think it's going to matter if it's 3,000, right? Because they want to hit here and they want to show they can do it and they want to do something spectacular.
We want to see money not wasted all over the world. We don't want to see Russian ships right off the coast of Florida, which is what they are right now. That's unthinkable. We want to see just success for our country. And we don't have success right now. We have inflation that's killing everybody. And we're going to end that. We're going to bring back our jobs. We're going to bring back common sense to government. We're a nation that's in decline. We're a declining nation. We're a nation that is being laughed at all over the world. We have a leader that's being laughed at all over the world. And we have to get elected. We have to take this beautiful place and we have to make it really something very special. Again, right now it's not special. Right now it's being scorned and being used as an example of when they look at the crime on the streets, when they look at all of the problems that we have, they're using us as a bad example of democracy.
The beings, they're called ebens, extraterrestrial biological entities. So the eben was there, and it had this little kind of black rectangular box. And it was used, so they didn't have to speak verbally like we are. It was kind of telepathic, but augmented with this technology. And it went back and forth that way. Now the human was just receiving it, but very clear. And then this eben was receiving it, probably innately, but assisted. So I call this consciousness-assisted technology, CAT. And then the reverse, technology-assisted consciousness, where the technology can help project your remote viewing capability. It goes both ways.
First of all, when I describe the lockdowns that swept this nation in 2020 as totalitarian, just to be clear, I'm not being hyperbolic. When you're waking up every morning to watch your TV, to find out from your governor what you're allowed to do today, including am I allowed to go to work? Am I allowed to have a funeral for my father? Am I allowed to see my family? Am I allowed to step outside without a cover on my face? There is one word and one word only for that, and that is totalitarianism. I'm sorry. That's not slightly hyperbolic.
You know, I feel like a lot of people forget, I think about it a lot, how the world shut down. It's a movie. It was a movie. 2020 was a movie. People rioting. We were told we can't go to the gym. I remember there was a time when my mountain I used to run was locked down. Of course, I used to hop that fence, y'all. That was closed down. Restaurants. You want to go grocery shopping, you had to wait in line. They would only let in 10 people at a time. You were only allowed to get, one roll of toilet paper? Of all things, right? Like, that's just another conspiracy on its own. Like, you would think food, but no, fucking toilet paper. We were only allowed to get one toilet paper roll. But it was just so crazy that happened. And I just, the whole world changed. It changed. It changed 2001, 9/11. 2020, the world changed, y'all. Crazy. We forget.
Presiding officer, my colleague from the state of Illinois, has legislation which addresses one aspect of that. Her bill, and I hope I describe it accurately, says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military, and if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States.
That's insane.
Do we need that? Do you know what the recruiting numbers are at the Army and the Navy and the Air Force? They can't reach their quotas each month. They can't find enough people to join our military forces.
Wonder why.
And there are those who are undocumented who want the chance to serve and risk their lives for this country. Should we give them a chance?
Hell no!
I think we should.
A non-basketball question. Did you get a chance to meet with the royal family? And if not, how was it like having them there in the building?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Oh, no, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal family. I don't know too much about that one.
California is experiencing the weirdest problem. They now have so many people driving EVs that guess what's happening? They don't know where to get the gas tax money anymore. Now they're going to start taxing EV drivers.
What? With more than 30 million registered passenger vehicles in California, the state says it shells out more than $8 billion a year to maintain the roads those cars drive on. But because so many Californians now own electric vehicles, the gas tax money is starting to dry up, which is why Caltrans wants to instead charge drivers per mile and is now enrolling people in a 6-month pilot program to test out the concept.
Pilot program, 6 months.
Yeah.
You can be in the middle of a hurricane, or you can be on a calm day. North is still north. You could be in a thunderstorm. North is still north. People can yell at you. North is still north. It doesn't change fundamental things. And in this business, right is still right, even if you stand by yourself.
It's like, this is not about geopolitics or anything. I'm not going to even mention the countries. But I saw, somebody showed me the 600-meter railway that was built in California. And it cost like, I know, $15 billion or something like that to build the 600-meter piece of railway that they were building.
It's a lot per meter.
Yes. So, I mean, you cannot go on. I mean, it's like obvious. It's like somebody eats too much, right? I mean, you can be a little fat, right? It's fine. But then if somebody's morbidly fat, somebody will come and say, okay, I mean, you have to stop, right? Because, you know, your heart can't take it anymore, right? You have to stop. Or somebody that drinks, I don't drink, but if somebody drinks, doctor might say, you know, your liver can't take that anymore. Look at your liver, how it is right now. Or the lungs for smoke or whatever. You know? When you see things like that, 600 meters of railway, $15 billion, 10 years, there's no other possible diagnosis. I mean, you have to stop that fast now, because if not, the decline is inevitable. It's inevitable. I mean, it's already there. It's not like, you know, I'm telling you, I foresee. No. I mean, it's there. I mean, it's $15 billion to make a 600-meter piece of railway that's not even working. In 10 years, the Empire State was built in a year. 1 year, they built the Empire State. Things were working, right? I don't know how were things back then. I don't know, but they built the Empire State in 1 year. What happened with the World Trade Center Freedom Tower? They was changed the name that later to World Trade Center. How long did it take?
Forever.
Yeah. And it was, you know, the whole country united to build it. There was no budgetary, I mean, I know it was private, but it was no, if it needed budgetary, it was not a problem of budget or investors willing to pour money on it or engineers. I mean, why would it take over a decade to build something that was so significant for the whole country? I mean, you could build the tallest building in the world. You didn't. You could have built the tallest building in the world and said, okay, we're coming back bigger and stronger. We're going to build, you know, we got a hit, but now we're going to build back better and stronger, build back better and stronger, right? Or whatever. And build it, you know, 2-mile high skyscraper. I'm not a fan of 2-mile high skyscrapers, but you know, you could have done that. I mean, you have the money, you have the resources, you have the engineers, you have the market. Because if I built a mile skyscraper, I can fill with offices because I don't have enough market to fill with residences and offices or whatever. You do have the market in New York to to build offices, and you want hotel rooms. I mean, it would feel like this, but you didn't. You took over a decade to build a very unimpressive building. So, and that was 23 years ago.
Yes.
Now you're building 600-meter railways with $15 billion. So how long it would take to rebuild the Baltimore Bridge? It should take a year.
How long would it take here?
Here?
Yeah.
A year. 2 years. And we're a small, poor country. I mean, we're one of the poorest nations in the world, right?
No, that's why this is so shameful and interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the U.S. has they have still unlimited amounts of resources because you can just print money, right? That's another topic, but you can just print whatever, how much it's worth. I mean, would you want to do it, but we want to build it made of gold? I mean, you can do anything, right? You just, how much is it? Do it.
So that sounds like a systemic failure. It doesn't sound like...
It's a systemic failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was preaching. I was into that. I didn't watch that whole clip when I found it. That was pretty good. I like that dude. He has a good vibe about him. Let me know if I'm wrong down below.
Mr. President, to Iran in this
Better than this dude.
Don't.
Are American personnel and assets at risk, Mr. President?
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.
We're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos, and it is, again, done in bad faith. It tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office and what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, you all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith. And some of your news organization have been very clear, have stressed that these right-wing critics of the president have a credibility problem because of the fact checkers have repeatedly caught them pushing misinformation, disinformation, and so we see this, and this is something coming.
Yeah, no thanks. I wouldn't even get on that. That's a little too much for me. I don't do all those big roller coasters. That's it.
Because Priscilla Presley was only 14 when she started dating Elvis Presley, it's not surprising that her own life got overshadowed by his fame.
I didn't have my teenage years as a normal girl. You honestly didn't have your own life. You lived his life.
Priscilla was willing to do whatever it took to be the perfect wife for Elvis. In her first interview in 1973 with Ladies' Home Journal, she said she decorated their house just the way Elvis liked it. According to Priscilla, she thought it was important to make him happy and avoid anything too girly. Even though she tried hard at being a homemaker, Priscilla and Elvis ended up living separate lives. Their different interests and Elvis's huge fame created a situation that didn't work well for Priscilla. She never really had the chance to figure out who she was. In the Ladies' Home Journal interview, Priscilla said she understood why Elvis had to live such a public life. But it was tough for her to live her own life freely.
Yes, we talked. In fact, we talked a few days before he passed.
All right, family, there you have it. That's today's reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Before we get out of here, y'all, it's been a while since I checked in with y'all. How's everyone doing? How's the mental health doing? I know a lot of people, a lot of the CaveFam out there are, going through sobriety. How we doing, y'all? How we doing? I still haven't had a drink, feeling good. Haven't even had non-alcoholic drinks. I have been drinking a lot of sparkling waters. My girlfriend put me on to this agua fresca. I know it's not the best. They put the artificial sweeteners, but just once in a while I have a glass. Delicious. Lots of sparkling waters though. Mental health's doing good. I'm feeling good. Starting to eat a little better. Yeah, I need to get more active, start running more. Those are things I need to get better at. But let me know down below. How's everyone doing? How's the brain doing? Eating, work life, all that. How we doing out there, y'all? Let me know down below. But hey, this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna be back here tomorrow, Wednesday, with another video, another upload. So be on the lookout for that. This is Segovia. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.